aquaculture is the farming of fish. It involves both ownership of the stock and some sort of intervention in the rearing process. So that's what differentiates it from fishing, from wild harvest fishing. My involvement in Karoo Catch goes back to close to the beginning, not the very beginning, but close to the beginning, where I was running an aquaculture course, and the founder, Liesel, and her husband attended the aquaculture course, and a couple of months later she attended a practical aquaculture course, and after that invited me to play a role with them, and currently I serve as the technical director in the company.
12 years ago we moved back to South Africa from Tanzania, and we moved on to a small holding. We looked at vegetables, we looked at herbs, we looked at a whole range of different opportunities, and ended up settling on fish farming. We were about 3/4 of the way through designing how we thought the project could work when we came across the statistics relating to South Africa's pilchard quota and how it had dropped so drastically, where in 2004 we could take 457,000 tonnes of fish out of the sea, and now we're limited to 24,000 tonnes. So it's a 95% drop in the fish that we can take out of the sea, which is a massive food security crisis besides anything else. But it also opened up a huge opportunity for developing new businesses and creating new jobs. And so what was initially a tiny little project then became quite a complicated business plan, which then had to include processing and looking beyond just the farming operations. We then identified that a lot of the businesses that had been set up previously failed because they just looked at farming and didn't look beyond the farming. IDC did a survey around about the same time where they said 89% of South Africa eats pilchards or demands pilchards. And so there was this massive gap. So although the fish-based products compete with protein across the board, we were using the pilchard statistics to basically evaluate how big the gap is and how big the opportunity is. So the business plan was then developed at a much higher level and much more detail, looking at developing local people, farming the fish, processing the fish, and then marketing and distributing.
In this phase now, it's important for us to make sure that we develop a viable business with Karoo Catch. To do that, the vision of the business is important, and to know, once the incubator is successful, we need to know how we measure that success. And that success is really based on 3 pillars. We obviously remain with our social responsibilities in terms of the empowerment of our people and the community. And for us, empowerment is not just about the traditional economic transformation, but also skills transfer, things like self-respect, family values, those sort of things are also important in terms of transforming communities and transforming people's lives. And then I think the other social delivery for us is food security. It's really underestimated the crisis that the world is facing, in particular in terms of sustainable protein. And it's important that this incubator proves that one can viably deliver sustainable protein. And then the third thing I think is important for us is that we can't just do social delivery, we actually have to deliver economically. And the reason for that is just simply that we have to be a sustainable business to continue to deliver those social benefits. So that's the journey, the commercial journey that we've sort of embarked on since November. We've made some good strides there. In the beginning, it's important obviously for us to improve our capacity on the farm, which we've done. And we hope to have about 9 tunnels running in the next sort of 12 to 18 months on the farm. Then if we move to the processing facility, we've broken ground on a large processing facility just a few kilometers away from where we are at the moment. At the moment we're practicing in what we call our interim facility, and we're learning how to produce food with the material that we've got. The 2 important lines for us are human consumption items in processed form, things like sausage and burgers and that sort of thing. And then on the pet food side, we have a very exciting opportunity in developing wet pet food or pet treats, and then also from an industry point of view, contributing raw material to the pet food industry. So very exciting opportunities for us there. In terms of actually marketing and getting our products out to the market, we're taking tentative steps at the moment, going through retailers in our local community. We will venture out shortly into the balance of the Eastern Cape. We're still sort of feeling our way there in terms of how we get those products to market. And then obviously the pet food we'll be doing slightly differently. Our large factory should be online late December, early January. And then we'll ramp up production, and perhaps by March or so we'll be producing or harvesting rather about 100 to 120 tons of fish and producing the equivalent of about 240 tons of product a month. So very exciting for us. At that point we'll probably be employing between 230 and 250 people.
I started working at Karoo in March 2011, where we did IET, where it's maths, mathematics, numeracy, and only English level 4. So I completed that, and after that we did an M&M production, which is a level NQF level 1 qualification that you get. And then we did also the aquaculture training, where I trained on how to breed a fish and how to actually raise a fish. So what I'm doing now here is that I'm also a trainer here, where I'm doing the aquaculture training, where I am teaching the people what I have done. So they are doing from the beginning of how to rear a fish until the fish is grown up for processing.
I was a stay-at-home mother, so I heard about this opportunity here from a ward councillor. And then I applied for it and I was accepted, and then we started 2011 at the farm, and then it enriched my life, like in really. So I could look after my own children, and my mother, and my brothers and sisters, and my sister's children. I could look after them, I could share their lives, and even in the community, I could help the community when they need something, and to help them to even apply here for jobs. And this is an ongoing training. It's not when you finish, it's done. No, it's ongoing up till now. At the moment now, I am Public Relations Director, and I'm still getting training for that too. So it's definitely enriching and empowering us. That is why what we actually stands for is empowering our people.
What we're doing is like a soccer tournament. We score them on a weekly basis, like on performance, what they're doing inside the tunnel and their behavior. The reason why we're giving prizes is to make them excited. When I see now the tunnel is neat, clean, and I can say no, a 10 for the week. That is how we're doing our elevations on an individual person and inside the tunnels.
I train the people here at Karoo, train them how to dissect the fish and how to fillet the fish, and how we're actually doing de-skinning and how we're processing it into a final product. Like the product we actually now making is like fish balls, kids burgers, and all the stuff like you see here in front of me, like the fish balls also we're making, and we actually give some of those products, we give it to the community, and they all, especially my kids also, they are mad, very mad for our products and the community as well. We also give for the community, the people in hospital, we also provide them. On Mandela Day, we were actually giving for the community from our product, and they were very actually excited to receive the product from Karoo.
The other area I think that we are looking at that's also very exciting is what additional opportunities we can create downstream, if I could call it on the demand side of our supply chain, for SMME development and creating business opportunities for people on the fine distribution side. We're doing research and development on handheld applications or mobile applications that we can create a fine distribution network based on asset sharing and based on technology and payment solutions to actually get our product out to the market at a better price, and then also creating opportunities, new business opportunities for additional people.